Okay, so this is now the water part of the series, and I'm only at a B on the water one, but I know most of the strategy. So this is the team I use. Reason being, I'm just going to switch Konamiya out just because I had less success with it. But basically, you need 2 healers or more to try and keep you sustained because the boss makes your health lower, the maximum health lower for a little bit with the freezing roar. That's the one. You need 2 damage dealers or 1 if you've got a good amount of sustain in there because you need to try and kill the boss, and that's when you'll get your damage out because otherwise you're just going to be stunned all the time. If you have immunity, that will be very useful as you'll get frozen quite often. Other than that, if you don't have immunity, just use Konamiya, who most people can get very easily. You want some damage. I could probably switch Lucian out as he dies and go with maybe another healer, and that will probably work because I've got an attack buff from Chisoon and a speed buff from Mav, which helps my Lagron damage. I'm using Mav to try and get the heals out more often, as well as get more speed on my units because the Raw seems to wear off. The maximum health slowly rises the more turns you get, so that's quite useful. You can't use Verdi in this. I've tried it and it didn't really help me. So I'll just try attacking it, but I might be unlucky with RNG because the highest I've got in this is a B. I'm still working on strategies, but replacing Lucian might help, and 6 dying Mav will definitely help. But yeah, so your units kind of beat their heals out because they're not full health, but they can't go over the blue bar. So you need 2 tanky frontliners, otherwise you're just going to get too low health. My Bella's not as tanky as it should be, but it works for a while for now, and I'll probably switch it out, or maybe put Velagil frontline instead of Bella. I would say don't use Velagil, but considering he's got attack bar buff, which is very useful, plus the immunity so I don't get frozen, I really don't see an issue with it. There's not really too much strategy-wise, it's just getting the monsters and trying not to die, because when you get the freezing roar, that's when you're most likely going to die. And obviously, as you kill the boss more and more, you're gonna slowly get killed. Well, yeah, you're just gonna die. So, kill it as quickly as you can, and then at least, if you're not gonna beat it more than, let's say if you kill it twice, you're probably on the right tracks in your strategy, but if you struggle with it, then at least aim to get damage and get the boss to die at least once, which is this time, because then you have an opportunity to deal as much damage as possible. Using a slow is also going to be useful in that sense. So there's not really too much else to this, and my team's gonna die soon. Yeah. But as you can see, it does more damage as it dies, and obviously because I've got less health, it's harder to do it. So building defense is definitely the most important thing in your tanks, and my Bella has not got much defense. My Chisoon hasn't got loads, but it's a lot better than Bella's. So your frontliners do need defense. You do need some damage and immunity, and speed preferably, but it's not more important than the other things, and then you'll probably be fine. Chisoon's probably one of the best units for this, just because it gets you damage and you're less likely to lose. But yeah, I'm probably going to be dying very soon, and then I'll start working on the wind video. I'm gonna do a video on each attribute. I've not actually tried light and dark yet, but I've got B's in everything else, and an A- in the fire. No, I got an A in the fire actually, I think. I'm not sure, whatever. Either way, I'll try and do more, but also I know limited compared to YDCB and other Summoners War YouTubers, so go and check them out if you want to know more. But for now, these are all the basics that you need to know at least. So hopefully I'll see you in the next one.